warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to run now. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 71 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Looking sideline and finding Hawkinson. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Well, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. This is caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there. Turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
They try again with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
It went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1 down the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play, that they didn't go for it there, but sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, this is the former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's gone. Now the ball comes loose. And his crew will take over with a football at the 45-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
79 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now this defense for the Lions, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
They run it again with Cook. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play action. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position when they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And a nice game along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones.
They could burst there, so he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, a dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Goff on third down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Vikings had 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they've made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 109 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Joseph's got it, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So he's been a busy man here in his first half. That's 3 field goals for him.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. The 20. He will score. Touchdown, Lions. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this won't come back.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Cousins. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. James Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's going to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And he is into the end zone to buck the lead up 2 more. And they're able to grind it in there on a 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
On first down, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. On second and 12, Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing on third, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, certainly running up today, partner, because they've thrown big turnovers already. It's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against. Let alone put points up on the board.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Up the middle, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On second and 15 now. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you go field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
From the gun on third down, gone. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that, working through it methodically? They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a... And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. To get this next drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Cousins on the keeper, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, no, he's easy.
Throwing is Cousins. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return is Cohen. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Goff. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing. Cousins. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Again, it's Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to the ground, Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So when your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 138 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick in the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Joseph is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Falcons offense ready to kick off their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's gone. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are on the field?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Goff now to throw. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.